Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we have how to hang art like a pro, solving common design dilemmas, and this is episode 1. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I had someone specifically ask a question in the last video when I did the artwork. I wanted to show this action that I did take when I did hang the artwork. That's a simple question, and for me it sounds very simple when someone says, how did you hang it? I had to think about that question, and then I asked my daughter as well. She said, well, Mom, you have to think about it. Everyone does not hang artwork. Some people pay people to come and hang artwork, and some people just don't hang it. You have to think about those, especially if you are starting out new in your spaces and you are learning how to design, decorate, and accessorize basically your home. And artwork is one of those things, or wall art, that you would hang on your walls. When you take a piece like this, especially since it was a DIY project, you want to hang it, then that is why I suppose the question came about. How did you hang the artwork? Well, this is how I hang artwork. Typically on pieces like this, they have a wire that is attached to the back of it that hangs, and then you would use a picture hook such as this to hang it. Now, something that I did say, I spoke of in the video, was that I typically don't like to use anchors because it leaves a big hole when you try to remove the anchor from the wall. That is number one reason why. Number two is overall, most wall art pieces are not that heavy. You can buy picture hook, wall hanging, picture hanger kit, go by the poundage. I don't know if that's a word, but it goes by the weight of whatever that object is that you may be hanging on your wall. So they have it in different weights that these particular hooks that I typically use are perfect for. Looks like a check mark, if you notice here. It goes in the wall with, of course, a nail, and the nail will go in at an angle. Now, this is something that you should always do when you are hanging any pictures or anything on the wall. People use anchors to hang their artwork, but what it does is it causes a lot of damage to your wall, because a lot of times when you remove whatever the object is, a lot of times those anchors, they have little tooths or little pieces in their little prongs that typically when you screw it in the wall, they open, they spread like this, like a duck bill. When they spread and you go to take them out the wall, they don't draw back in, they stay that way. So when you go to pull it out, drywall with. So I stay away from that because, again, you can buy hanging kit, simple. Again, they go from 10 to 50, some go to 75, even 100 pounds to hang your artwork on the wall. I have used them for years and years and years and years. There is a rarity that I will use an anchor in the wall. So I don't have that problem, but if you choose to use anchors, that is your business. But this is another option, which is what I was telling you about. You have normally some wire that you will use to hang the hook. It will rest on like this. So with that, with it resting on that, you have to have this wire piece. This is so awkward to talk about because I just never really talk about it because I just do it. But I do have to recognize that there are some people out there that don't just do it because I've been doing it for so long. So they have these other little rings on the back, which I'm going to bring you closer and show you, and that these are attached to. Now, if I am hanging this picture horizontally, as you see here, still has the thrifty price tag on the back. But if you are hanging this artwork horizontally like this, in its long form, then you would have it to go this way. I am going to hang it more vertically, the narrower way to hang it. And so I'm going to have to remove these little prongs that the wire is attached to, and I'm going to make them go across, hook again, which I'm going to use to hook onto it and attach to the wall. So let's get started with that. I'm going to use a drill. You can use something as basic as a screwdriver. It depends on whatever it is that you are attaching it to, how hard it is. In some cases, you may like to use a drill because it just goes in and uses a little bit more, it uses a little bit more force that you can push with when you are using a drill. So here is the little prong things that I was speaking of right here. And you will take these apart, and I'll put my drill on reverse. And pulls it right out. That is the piece that I'm speaking of right here. It's usually held together maybe by 1 or 2 screws. Sometimes they're a little shorter than this. They're not always this long. thanks again for joining me, but here is the final look at the back of your artwork with the wire securely attached. Once the hook is mounted to the wall, the wire will rest neatly on the hook, allowing the art to hang safely and evenly. This method not only ensures stability, but also keeps your artwork looking polished and professional on your wall. So as always, thank you so much for joining me here as I tackle this subscriber's design dilemma. I love helping you solve these decorating challenges, so stay tuned for more design dilemma questions answered in the future videos. There's so much more inspiration and advice to come, tips, tricks, hints, and ideas. See you all for the next one. Bye for now.